Now at 9, new details emerge in the Michigan State University mass shooting.
Plus, concerns grow for residents and wildlife after Ohio's major train derailment.
What big change could be coming to Netflix and how it could affect you.
And an Anderson man is remembered for this year's Random Acts of Kindness Day.
Tracking a weekend cool down, I'll let you know just how cold it gets coming up.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Avery Johnson.
And I'm Connor Simpson.
Tomorrow is National Random Acts of Kindness Day, and a group in Anderson is working to give back to others.
NewsLink Indiana's Madeline Kerr shares what you can do to contribute.
Oh, no. Yeah.
He was just someone that I felt like I wanted to spend my time with.
A legacy.
Years ago, you wouldn't want to know me. I just stole off of you and that for drugs and stuff. Oh, Lordy. But now I give instead of take. I owe it.
That's what Rachel Lee Landers is trying to preserve.
He just was all about helping people, in one way or another. If he saw someone who needed help and he was able to provide something to help them, then he would do that.
Larry the Can Man Van Ness died back in October, but his impact is still being felt in Anderson and throughout Delaware County.
How fitting that it is that his birthday and Random Acts of Kindness Day are the same day.
A charity has been created in honor of Van Ness called Larry's Legacy, and their goal for this weekend?
Find someone or more than one person to do something nice for. Whether it's a random act of kindness or just, being nice to somebody that you already know.
To celebrate Larry and his kindness.
People say you can't do it. You can do it if you put your mind to it.
In Anderson, Madeline Kerr, NewsLink, Indiana.
Larry's Legacy is having a can-tab drive for the Ronald McDonald House this Saturday at the McDonald's on 14th Street in Anderson.
For information about other events and fundraisers, check out Larry's Legacy Facebook page.
Now, moving into weather, it was a really rainy day. I'm looking forward to seeing more sunshine. Hopefully that's in the forecast.
Oh, I agree. Let's go ahead and take it over to Noah with the weather.
So yes, it was really warm and honestly unseasonably warm day, especially for February here. Really rainy throughout the day, but if we take a look at our current temperatures, we can see 45 here in Muncie, 39 in Indianapolis, 39 in Terre Haute. Temperatures are dropping really fast here. And if we take a look at the radar, we can see our storms today that bothered us are really moving out towards western Ohio here as the snow comes back around here. Really not going to cause us too much problems here. But the big story tonight here is going to be a cooler weekend, a rainy pattern as we head to next week, and maybe even some 60s as we head further into the work week next week. So really some stuff we should look into as we head to next week. Back to you guys.
The head of the Environmental Protection Agency is in Ohio to see up close the scope of a toxic train derailment disaster.
They're meeting with officials on their response to the growing crisis and with residents who are scared to be in their own homes. Isabel Rosales has the latest.
Involved with the situation and apply the necessary resources to ensure that people are protected. We are here for as long as it takes.
EPA boss Michael Regan is in East Palestine to meet with government officials responding to the toxic train derailment and meet with residents, many too scared to be in their homes.
People were getting sick. We should not have been let back into town until all of this was done.
Everybody that came here expects a hell of a lot more than what we're getting right now.
Tempers and fears were running high at a town hall Wednesday night, even as the EPA says it is closely monitoring air quality and has screened at least 450 homes for contaminants.
Why are people getting sick if there's nothing in the air or in the water?
In the days since the derailment, thousands of fish have turned up dead. Many worry that this controlled explosive release of chemicals from the train has contaminated the town. Officials say it needed to be done to prevent an uncontrolled disaster.
They screwed up our town, they're going to fix it.
Train operator Norfolk Southern says it will create a $1 million charitable fund and are already cleaning up the site and reimbursing affected residents.
We are absolutely going to hold Norfolk Southern accountable, and I can promise you that.
Reagan says the EPA has issued a notice of accountability to Norfolk Southern, which the company signed, saying they understand they're responsible for that cleanup.
Disturbing new details about the accused Michigan State University shooter and what authorities say they found in his backpack, according to a source familiar with the investigation. Anthony Dwayne McCrae had a 2-page note in his backpack referencing the other targets. The list reportedly included a warehouse, an employment agency, a discount store, a church, and a fast food restaurant. Officials say the note does not say what the targets are or the list of grievances, but does include names and addresses. They said the note begins with McCrae introducing himself as the, quote, leader of a group of 20 killers, saying that he will be shooting up the MSU campus and that other teams will, quote, finish off the city of Lansing. Police are looking into what connection the shooter may have had to the locations. So far, they haven't been able to make a connection between McCrae and the Michigan State University, saying he never attended the university or worked there. This as the university looks to the future.
We know as a campus that we have hard work ahead of us. Moving forward won't be easy. Unfortunately, others in higher education have been through this, and we are connecting in ways that through these shared experiences, we will have ideas about how we can evaluate our best plans forward. None of us have all the answers, but we do have each other.
An update to a shooting at the Sila Vista Mall yesterday that left 1 dead and 3 injured. 2 suspects are now in custody thanks to an off-duty police officer who happened to be working security at the mall. 2 of the 3 victims who were hospitalized are listed in critical condition. Right now, it's unclear what led to the shooting. The mall is adjacent to a Walmart where a mass shooting in 2019 killed 23 people and left nearly 24 more injured.
The Justice Department will direct $100 million in funding to community violence intervention programs. Attorney General Merrick Garland made the announcement today, saying the programs save lives. He cited examples like Chicago, where he said program participants were 64% less likely to be arrested in connection with shootings or homicides. Garland says the new funding will go to training and technical assistance. Netflix is testing a new change that could affect you. Hear how Ball State students are reacting.
Plus, we'll tell you why thousands of Teslas are being recalled. Next.
I love you.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back. Starting in Canada and other test countries, Netflix will charge more for extra users outside the account address.
Many college students share accounts with their parents and are worried about how the change could affect them. NewsLink Indiana's Maxwell Robson has the reaction from BSU students.
In response to over 100 million users admitting to password sharing and an estimated total of $6 billion loss, Netflix has taken action. To combat streaming from different locations on the same account, the corporation will charge users $7.99 per person per month. In response, many Ball State students will choose to cancel their subscription instead of paying extra.
If that was brought into action, I'd probably just switch to other streaming services rather than continue to use Netflix, just because it's not something that's worth it to me.
Well, I could see my mom definitely canceling our subscription. We've got like my mom and like a bunch of other people on Netflix, but like no one really watches Netflix.
Netflix will check responses like these before bringing it to the United States. In Muncie, Maxwell Robson, NewsLink, Indiana.
Tesla is recalling all of its vehicles equipped with what the company calls full self-driving. The recall affects nearly 363,000 vehicles. The recall notice was issued by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The agency says the full self-driving feature can cause the vehicle to violate traffic laws in, quote, certain and rare circumstances. Tesla will attempt to fix the problem through a software update. It's unclear whether the company will alter the feature to make it safer or if the update will simply deactivate the feature.
Large passenger airports in the U.S. will soon have to have detailed safety plans called Safety Management System Plans. It's a new Federal Aviation Administration requirement that affects 200 airports nationwide. Major air carriers and aircraft manufacturers already use these SMS protocols, which identify and address safety risks. Now the FAA is working to expand SMS usage to others, including smaller airplane operators. The new FAA rule, which has been in development for 13 years, comes as the FAA turns its attention to a series of near collisions. There have been 3 incidents this year where jetliners came unacceptably close to other aircraft on airport runways.
Moderna says its COVID-19 vaccines will remain available at no cost, even after the government contract ends. The U.S. Public Health Emergency Declaration is slated to end in May. Today, Moderna said to the people who are insured will still be able to get the vaccine at their doctor's office or from a pharmacy. People who don't have insurance or if the vaccine is not covered by their insurance can get the shot through the pharmaceutical company's patient assistance program. This is a change from January, the Wall Street Journal reported, as Moderna was considering charging $110 to $130 per vaccine dose.
When interest rates are high is the least ideal time to take on new debt. According to a new Federal Reserve Bank of New York report, that's exactly what Americans are doing. The report says household debt hit $6.9 trillion last quarter. That's a $394 billion increase over the prior 3-month period. Most of that is in the form of mortgages. Credit card debt also increased by more than 6.5% to $986 billion.
The world's largest food company is raising prices. Nestle says many of its 2,000 brands are more expensive for consumers this year. It comes after the company raised prices by an average of about 8% in 2022. Nestle says those price hikes weren't enough, but the Switzerland-based food giant has a fine line to balance. High prices can drive consumers away. Nestle said sales dropped during the second half of last year because of pricing.
Tracking a big warm-up as we head into next week. I'll have the full details coming up in my full forecast after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other,
On a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. I'm weather forecaster Noah Gordon. A warm but at times stormy day today, but if we take a look at our current temperatures around the area here, we can see temperatures really cooling off here. 45 in Muncie, 39 in Indianapolis, 34 in Lafayette, and this is really due to a cold front that's moving west to east across the state here, really dropping temperatures between 10 and 15 degrees as we head throughout the nighttime hours here. And if we take a look here at our almanac for today, temperatures really above average for this time of year here, 60 degrees compared to the average of 41 here. Obviously nowhere close to our record high of 72 degrees set back in 1883, but really just felt like spring outside today, honestly. And if we really look at our next 12 hours, we can see how much these temperatures are really going to drop due to that cold front that's already come through here. We see 42 and 40 here now at 10 and 11 o'clock, but temperatures are going to go all the way down to maybe even the high 20s as we get towards those early morning hours on Friday here. And if we take a look at our precision cast throughout the area here, we can see 11 o'clock tonight, the showers have really moved out to our east here. Maybe a few snow showers as we head towards midnight here. At worst, biggest is going to be some dustings of snow, not going to cause any sort of impacts here towards the morning commute tomorrow. But if we take a look here as we go into Friday here, we can see clouds remain as we head throughout the day. But on Friday, as we get towards the afternoon, we can see clouds really clearing out as we head towards the early evening hours. And by the time we get to Friday night, it's going to be really clear skies and just going to be a very clear and cold, very average winter night, especially for this time of the year. But if we look at tonight, though, scattered storms till about midnight, 1 a.m., then those taper off. Lows are going to be in the mid-20s, 25 in here, Muncie. Winds out of the east at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Rain going to be until about midnight here. Tomorrow, though, much colder from today. Highs are going to only be in the low 30s here. 33 here in Muncie. Mostly sunny, breezy with winds out of the north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour. So just going to sort of be some weather whiplash around the area here as we head into tomorrow. But looking at our temperature trend, this cold snap really doesn't last for long here. We see 33 on Friday, 47 on Saturday, and then sort of staying in the 50s as we get towards the work week here. So really interesting to see. And with that also comes a big increased precipitation chance. If we look at the next 6 to 10 days here, we can see the probability for rain and precipitation throughout our area really going to be above average. So just really a warm and wet pattern as we head into the next 6 to 10 days. But looking at the 7-day forecast, though, we can really see very bitterly cold on Friday here. Only 33 lows are going to be in the low 30s, but temperatures rebound as we get into Saturday and Sunday here. 47 on Saturday, 52 on Sunday, finally get to the 50s there, and temperatures really sort of stay there as we head further into the week here. We see 49 on Monday, 53 on Tuesday, 55 on Wednesday, but really as we get further in the week, the rain chances really increase here, so temperatures are going to get to almost 60 by the middle of the week here, but going to be very rainy and very warm as we head into the middle of the week.
Well, Dylan, it looks like, it looks like spring is coming early, so I'm really excited about it. I've been loving the warm weather. I don't really mind the rain that much, but I'm still ready for some sunshine.
It's nice to see spring, especially here in February of all times of the year.
All right, now to Dylan with sports.
Thanks, guys. One local high school squad turns their sights to the postseason, and 2 Ball State programs are set to take the field for the first time since this year. All this and more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10. Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Dylan Selke with sports. Basketball sectionals is quickly approaching for the Eagles of Delta High School. NewsLink Indiana's Bryce Timsevich went out to Delta to check in with the boys.
In the middle, show flat. Got it? Here we go.
As the Delta High School Eagles' regular season comes to a close, their focus shifts to tournament time with hopes of winning a sectional championship. And compared to previous years, this group of guys sets themselves apart. 6-year head coach Mark Detweiler breaks down what makes this squad different from the 5 he's coached before them.
It's going up. This is probably our most athletic group that we've had here, just top to bottom in terms of depth. And that presents a little bit of maybe a challenge. Just trying to find guys minutes, that's been the toughest task going in and keep the guys happy.
And talented is exactly what this squad is. Delta senior Blake Jones is a seasoned veteran for the Eagles, and no one knows better than him what makes this team different from the others.
We're definitely quicker as a team, so I think that's going to help us in March. So if we just keep playing together, we're going to do great things and hopefully win a sectional title.
With only 3 games left on their schedule, preparation for the tournament has begun. Junior star Damari Hood talks about what the team focuses on to get themselves ready for what's to come.
We've done a lot of preparing. We have 5 juniors starting, so that's big getting ready for tournament time. But we've just been focusing on defense and getting deflections, which lead to steals, which lead to our fast break points, which have been making us win games.
And in basketball, defense wins championships, and the Eagles have made that a staple for their success all year long.
We hang our hat on the ability to guard the ball. We've been really good guarding the ball all year. That's something going into the tournament. If you feel like you got dudes that understand how to guard the basketball and stay in front, then I feel like we got a chance.
The sectional 24 draw for Delta is set for Saturday at 5 p.m. In Muncie, Bryce Timsevich, NewsLink, Indiana.
To keep it on the courts, Ball State women's basketball faces off against the Ohio Bobcats at Worthen Arena last night. The Cardinals came out with explosive play on the court as graduate student Thelma Dis-Augustdaughter ties the three-point record with 9 threes and a total of 34 points. Augustdaughter also sets a new career high for herself with 34 of the team's 78 points to set them up with a 25-point win against the Bobcats. With the victory over the Bobcats, the Cardinals extend their win streak to 10 games. Coach Brady Sally and Augustdaughter reflect on the great game and look forward to the rest of the season.
It was fun to watch. We tried to get her that last one there, but at some point you got to play the game the right way, and it's time to get her out. We got a lot more at stake, so just top to bottom was a really good night.
It was good. I felt good out there shooting the ball. We were playing fast, and it's easy to get overlooks, and they have to be tonight. It was good.
As Ball State women's basketball soars to new highs, softball looks to do the same as they hit the road to open up their season. The Cardinals are set to take on Samford University in the first game of the year at the UAB Blazer Bash. Ball State will take on the likes of Samford, UAB, and Lindenwood from Friday to Sunday at the series. The Cardinals head into this Saturday season after a disappointing 22-31 record in their 2022 campaign. Ball State will take the mound on Friday at 5 p.m. as they look to improve on last year's run. Ball State softball isn't the only team who looks to start the season hot, as Ball State baseball attempts to do the same. The Cardinals travel to North Carolina to face off against the Charlotte 49ers in a 4-game weekend series. Ball State comes off a Mid-American Conference regular season title with a 40-19 record last year. After a successful 2022 season, the Cardinals hope to gain momentum as the preseason MAC favorites to run it back in 2023. The first of 4 matchups will take place tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. And hey guys, super exciting to see Ball State softball and baseball playing great last year. I'm really hoping they can do better this year as well.
I know, and I'm hoping to catch a couple games. I really love the student body support, so hopefully, they'll have a good season. I just wish them the best of luck.
I really hope so too. I played baseball a long time ago. It's been a while, so I hope I can catch up and watch some winning games for baseball and softball as well.
All right. Well, yeah, I know. I'm really excited about it. So hopefully, they have a good year. All right. Thank you so much, Dylan. In moments, we'll take a look at our anchor picks.
And we'll check in with Noah for one final look at your weather.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Live with Ryan and Kelly will soon be no more. Ryan Seacrest announced he'll be leaving the morning talk show this spring. He called his decision bittersweet. Seacrest started co-hosting with Kelly Ripa in 2017. During that time, he has pulled triple duty between live hosting American Idol and his nationally syndicated radio shows for iHeartRadio Media. Seacrest will be replaced by someone Ripa knows pretty well, her husband, Mark Consuelos.
Singer Carrie Underwood has adopted a puppy from South Carolina. The singer shared a picture of her new pup, Charlie, on Instagram. Underwood explained she was on a tour stop in Charlotte recently when a dog rescue Positive Impact brought puppies to her show. Underwood said Charlie seemed just too good to be true. So she took her home and made her the newest part of the family.
All right, moving forward, now we're just going to go to Noah for one final look at weather.
And see, yes, it's really going to be a little bit of a colder weekend out there in terms of what we've seen lately. But if we look at next week, really spring-like almost around the area. See, many places are going to be in the 50s on Tuesday and Wednesday, and maybe even 60 on Thursday. But the problem is rain chances will return right as we get towards the middle of the week there. So something to watch. But otherwise, should be a very nice spring-like week.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 8 for a morning show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.